My Jamaican Backyard Garden, Portmore Edition. This is Gardening with Stacy.
Hello, my gardening family. Today, I am ready to take on some real work in the garden, and I'm taking you along with me. It's always a pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Of course, I always appreciate you all. Before we get to the nitty-gritty of things, I am going to feed these rabbits as a real full-time granny. Yes, I'm going to feed my grandbabies, and then we get to it. My channel members, big up to you all the time, my faithfulers. Girl, love you all. All right, so let's get to it. Come in with your food. Hello. This side, Papa. This side. Let me get these doo-doo. All right, come. I have some horse manure right here that I am going to use to fertilize my garden. I am going to be using horse manure and rabbit manure alike, and just clean up my garden, clean up my plants. Yeah, I mean to see if my plants will forgive me for the little neglect. Not a little neglect, big neglect. Yeah. So Stacy, why you neglected your garden? Ah, really and truly, there were days when I just didn't feel like gardening. With your help, I'm going to be nurturing a lot more. Yeah. I think my body is now out of the festivity. All right, so what I'm basically going to do is to. What happened? I scare you off? Oh my. Osh. Basically, just throw out the bag like so. I am going to be using a smaller bucket. So I'm going to. Hold on, guys. Yes, this is some good shit. Anywho, um, I am going to be using a smaller bucket to put it in and go around and just fertilize and clean up, and I don't think I'll be able to take you through everything, When I think about it, man, look over there, some man. Good God. When I think about it, I'm going to show you most things. Yeah. So guys, I'm about to strip this mulberry tree again. I said I would have done that already, but that's not the case. I only did only this side. Remember I told you that I'm going to do it in stages. So this was the first section that I did the other day, if you remember, and see mulberries are coming on here already. But I then decide that I am going to just strip all of it. I will show you the end results. So I'm basically just using this smaller bucket to make my life easier. So I can go around much faster and lighter. Yeah. So this horse manure, it has a lot of sawdust inside. I am mainly taking out the manure. I don't need much of the sawdust in the container. Helps with retaining moisture, but that's not the focus right now in this season. I am just trying to get my plants fed right now. These right here, all sawdust. Sawdust, yes. But I need these, the manure, right? Ah! I'm wetting up myself. All right, so I am starting right here because I want to get to my tomatoes more than anything else. Yeah, I really want to feed them and clean them up a bit. So I always, before adding my fertilizer, any type of manure, even my liquid fertilizers, if you've been following me, you know that I always water before. Yeah, I want the soil to be fully saturated. When I add the manure inside there, I will then water again. When the soil is fully saturated, the roots will now be able to receive all of that nutrients from the fertilizer easily. So that's the main reason I always do that. You cannot expect to add a slow release fertilizer and not make preparations for it to access the plant roots, right? So water first, like I'm doing. And I also tend to just till the soil a bit or aerate, whichever terminology you're used to. Yeah, so the soil currently right now, it is very dry, very, very dry. So I'm going to go in again after tilling a bit so that air can pass through the soil better, and also the water and the nutrients. All right, so I'm just going to add now some of this good doodoo. All right, so I'm basically, oh, let me take this sucker off. This is just a little tomato sucker. Um, and I got these off already. So, can I tell you, have a sweet pepper, bell pepper inside here as well. Got this beauty. Yeah. So, of course, I am going to go around and do this with my containers. So, definitely it's going to take me some time, but that's fine. I'll do as much as I can today and then get back to it another day if I need to. So I don't just go in now and water. The water will then soak through the manure and the nutrients will be released in the soil. So you always want to make sure you take care of your soil. All right? And then your plants will get everything it needs. So when I continue to water, I'm seeing blossoms. I'm so sad. When I continue to water now, it is an ongoing process until the manure is fully depleted. All right. And I tend to always top up my containers before it gets to complete depletion. Yeah. So it doesn't stop here for today. What I'm also going to do is water again later, God's willing. Yeah. After which I am going to add some banana water because your fruiting plants love potassium, and the banana water, excellent choice. I have a little liquid fertilizer, but it's not enough. But I have 1 barrel full of banana water, so I'm going to use it in the garden. And then I have some kitchen scraps. I'm going to make some nice liquid fertilizer. So you see, I'm getting back in the groove. Yeah. So this cucumber I have right here taking over my cherry tree. Got this cucumber on here. I'm not sure if you can see it. And one right here. There's a lot of ants inside here. So cherry trees always have ants. But I imagine that they are pollinating them. Alright, so I am going to take you closer. Just in case this one is not pollinated, I'm going to show you what to do if you're growing cucumbers. And when they get to a certain stage, the baby cucumbers tend to fall off or dry up. All right, so this one right here is the female flower. You notice it has a cucumber underneath, and this one is the male flower. It does not have a cucumber underneath. So that's how you differentiate between the two. So if you notice, the female one has an opening right here, which is the plant's reproductive part or pistil. So we are gonna get the pollen from the male flower and put it in there. Ooh, look at that. Wow. Busy bee showing up to confirm what I'm saying. So you see, it's in the male flower, the bee is taking the pollen from to go to a female flower. Maybe if I wasn't here, it would have gone to this one. Oh, thank you so much, Miss B, for showing up and confirming at the right time. Wow. So, yes, if it is you are not getting pollinators to come around, or if you have the time and want to ensure that your baby fruits mature into nice fruits, you can pollinate them yourselves. right? Plants function alike, right? So to be fruitful and multiply, like the Bible says, yeah, same like us. So I am just gonna simply remove the male flower, take off the petals from around the stamen and insert it in the female flower, which is the pistil, and yeah, create magic. Anywho, so what I'm basically doing is getting the pollen from the male reproductive part into the female reproductive part in order to get this little cucumber to mature into something beautiful. So here goes. Sometimes I just leave it in there like this because eventually they both will fall off. Yeah, that's just me. So when I mentioned earlier that this plant has cucumbers of all stages, you can see this one that it is getting somewhere. These two, one is a little smaller, one is bigger, right there. And you see I have different ones coming along. There are plenty on there, and I still have much more that needs pollinating. All right, so of course I'm going to assume that the bees are working in my garden and do what I really wanted to do right now, is to fix up this trellis. I can tell you, pollinating your cucumbers does work. Of course, I am here to attest to that. I can strongly and firmly attest to that. And many of my gardening friends can as well. All right, so I'm not giving you any false hope. So if you're still here, ooh, I didn't see this one, tucked away so nicely. Ooh, and this one as well. No man, I have to show you them. Look at them. Oh, you can see that this one, look at here. This one was not pollinated at all. So you can see this one literally, let me move this leaf. Yeah, this one literally dried down. See? Eventually it will have fall off. So this is the one I'm talking about. I showed you this one that I put on the leaf, but I didn't see this one. I kid you not. Ugh. And then I saw this little one beside it right here. And then I saw this one as well. I did not see them. Guys, you have to bear with me. I get excited all the time for the same things over and over. Always just amazes me how beautiful nature is. All right, finally get into it again, to what really needs to be done right here. So some of these vines, they're not vining on the trellis. Ooh, look at that big ugly worm. Ugh. Yeah, they're not vining on. And that's the purpose of the trellis. So why not get it running? Some of these leaves are deteriorating. I generally take them off. These are what attracts pests to your garden. So if you at any point in time realize that you have leaves that are deteriorating, you want to get rid of them once you can. All right, less pest pressure for you. I can tell you that for sure. I am just putting the tendrils together right here. Um, you can hold up on the trellis when the cucumbers start to way down heavy on there. They you generally hold up the vine because you know the cucumbers they will weigh the whole thing down. Yeah. Now is actually a great time for me now to plant some more cucumbers. So then I will always have cucumbers. So I generally plant in succession. So yes, I have a lot of cucumbers producing, but I also have some that are coming up. All right. So that's the way to go about it. If you always want to have food in your garden, cucumber is one of my favorites. You've heard me say it time and time again. Cucumber is something that I will just wash and just snack on. All right. So, I am one please post. I am so happy. Well, you can tell. This cucumber plant also has different stages of cucumbers on there. And by the look of this one, I can tell you that this was not pollinated properly, hence why it's looking like so. A cucumber that is pollinated properly will look like this right here. So yeah, that's how you tell it's not pollinated properly. When the end of it grows slim like so, and then you have this part looking much bigger and fluffier. There's one right here which is the opposite, but it's similar. So you can see it doesn't go all the way up. It has a little bending right there, and yeah, so that's one that was also not pollinated properly, but in a better position. Let me show you this one that is definitely pollinated properly. Look at the size of this. So you know I have a harvest coming up pretty soon. Look at this baby. Alright, so I'm just basically cleaning up these banana trees. Quite messy. Alright, so the ideal thing to do with your banana trees or your plantain trees is to keep maximum 5 or 6 leaves on there so that the plant can focus its energy on producing fruit for you. Now, another thing, if you find that your banana or your plantain is pushing out a lot of suckers, you want to ensure that you remove some of them, put them elsewhere, right? You want to have maybe 1 or 2 with the mother plant, all right? Because what happens, the energy that the mother plant will use to cater to all of those suckers, it could really use it to produce bananas for you. So if you can keep one, all the better. But, you know, at least 2. Remove the others, put them elsewhere. So my first time growing bananas, I was told that I need to keep a sucker in, or else the banana will take longer to fruit if I remove all the suckers. but I don't know if there's any truth to that. I may just do an experiment, come to think of it. I have two suckers right here, and they are similar somewhat in terms of size. I might just do that. Put them in two containers. Have one grow with sucker, and then have another one. Every time the suckers come out, I take them out. Because these are similar in sizes right here. You probably may not seeing them right now. I could do that experiment. I hope you hold me to it, because sometimes after closing down this camera, I don't remember. So forgive me if there's something that you've asked before that I said I would get to. Just remind me, all right? Because so many persons making requests, making suggestions, sometimes I don't remember. I'm not going to lie to you. So yeah, that's that. Guys, right now, I am taking one for the team. I am tired. I am tired and peckish. So, what are these cucumbers calling me? Look at this one. You can see it? Hold on. Looking good. Alright, so one is inside here, so this one. I wonder if you've seen it. Yeah, I mean to have this one. Alright, so I am telling you, this feeling, I keep on telling you, it's second to none. Because right now, this cucumber is what's saving. It is what is saving me right now. Oh, yeah, that is good now. Nice. Mm. My darlings, my sweetie pies, my honey buns. Nothing like eating what you grow and growing what you eat. I'm telling you. Mm. This is so fresh and nice. Mm-mm. I was looking at all the cucumbers that I have to harvest. Um, Shortly. Well, not today. Another day. And I am saying, boy, I was actually 2 days here old when I remember that it's been a while I've made cucumber juice. That's one of the purest. All I know is that Mom needs some help. Ooh. I'm going to get the help though. Yeah. This grapevine, this is a pumpkin patch growing all the way up here. But can you believe that this is a volunteer pumpkin? Yeah, coming out of a 5-gallon bucket around there. Yep. But this grapevine here, this is the wild one. Has to go. Has to go. I could be better at this right now, but I don't want the lizards jump on me. I'm going to cut it right down. And it is in a 5-gallon bucket. So I imagine the roots probably coming out of the bucket right now with all of this growth. This is my leaf of life because it wasn't getting any sunlight, putting all blooms. So I'm going to probably cut it right down and just keep the lower section. But I am going to get these sorted. So I don't really want to damage the pumpkin, tell you the truth. But it is inside there. I broke a piece of the fever grass or lemongrass, and I'm telling you, piece of the leaf broke off. Smells so good. It's very, very strong, and man, the smell is so good, man. So of course, some of these pumpkin vines, parts of it is under strain, like they're breaking, but it will heal itself. Mosquito. So the next time you see right here, supposed to be in a better state, man. Yeah. Keep on neglecting here like so. I refuse to. Have to put an end to this. My fever grass want to clean up so badly as well. So, yeah, man, all of this coming down. Coming down. I feel like I'm fighting a war. I feel like I'm fighting a war. War. Guys, you don't see me dropping. Here looks so much better. Oh. So the next time, you see right here, the next time you get an update, all of this, whoosh. So right here should look way better. I'm tired. I think this is where I'm going to leave you for today. Thank you so much always for tuning in. Until next time, walk good.
Come garden with me now, man.
And what a nice place to live. Sweet jam.